Titans fans, today is a glorious day as Will Levis was officially named the starter for the Tennessee Titans. And thank goodness, because I was getting a little worried that Mike Vrabel would stick with Tannehill. But Mike Vrabel, in his press conference today, said that Will Levis will be the starter going forward and Ryan Tannehill will be the backup. The first report coming from Jim Wyatt saying Titans head coach Mike Vrabel names Will Levis the team's starting quarterback. And I think I can share this sentiment with the entire Titan Nation. Thank the Lord. We've talked about this quarterback controversy for the past 2 weeks and how, honestly, Tannehill probably should have been before his injury. Well, now it doesn't matter. He got injured. Will Levis took it with wind. 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, 500 yards in his 2 games, and he gets the starting nod. This is the correct decision for Mike Vrabel. I don't think there's any way to front this. It's obvious that Will Levis is going to be the future of this Titans team, or at least you have to see if he can be. And Tannehill, I'm not going to say he's washed, but he is not performing to the caliber that he should be, and that's what honestly the Titans need to have from their starting quarterback. If you look at these two guys side by side, again, Tannehill has played 4 more games than Will Levis, yet has 2 less touchdowns, and obviously a lot more interceptions. The fact that Will Levis already has 500 yards, by the way, which I'm going to say it, the Falcons' defense is pretty good. The Steelers' defense is pretty good. Obviously, you didn't have Minka, but at the same time, Levis played against some quality defense. I would almost say top tier, and he performed way better than Tannehill has all year, which is easy to say because Levis was the obvious choice. It wasn't like Tannehill had a shot after, I think, the Falcons game. After that game, it was very clear and obvious that it was not Tannehill's job anymore. The problem was Mike Vrabel continued to say, we'll see how it goes. Ryan Tannehill is our starter when healthy. He's just not healthy. Finally today, he is healthy. He is back on the practice field, which is good for Ryan Tannehill. We like that. But he will be the backup. Now, I think we have to dive into Tannehill's stats, not just from this year, but from the years past to kind of see what this has kind of transpired to get Ryan Tannehill to here. If you look back at 2020, Tannehill was amazing. Over 3,000 yards, close to 4,000, 33 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. And that's a full 16-game season right there. 2021, you get 17 games, 3,700 yards, 21 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. It is overall a digression from Tannehill from there because it just goes downhill in 2022 and in 2023. Tannehill's been bad the past couple years. I don't think there's any way to walk around that. He just hasn't looked like the Ryan Tannehill that the Titans signed, like the Ryan Tannehill that the Titans really thought that he could be until now. He just hasn't done that, and I think that's the main reason why Will Levis was a starter going forward. You've drafted 2 quarterbacks in the past 2 years. You had Malik Willis. He hasn't exactly worked out in the games he's played in. You have Will Levis now, who was a second-round pick. Mind you, Mel Kiper had him as a potential top 5 pick. At one point, he was labeled as the number 1 quarterback on the board. He ends up falling to the second round in the hands of the Titans. It's a good pickup, and I think he deserves this shot. And I want you to help me out in congratulating the rookie on the starting job here for the Tennessee Titans. Get in the comment section right now and type 8 to congratulate Will Levis and let him know that you're supporting him and you're glad that Mike Vrabel has made the decision for him to be the starter going forward. This is the right choice. Will Levis could be the future for the Tennessee Titans, and I think Vrabel is starting to see that. He's starting to see that, listen, Tannehill has been a great guy for this franchise, but he is not it going forward. He's not the guy that's going to lead this Titans team to the playoffs in the years coming. Will Levis could be that. You have to let him go out there and try, and I think that's what this is doing. He now gets the back half of the season to kind of fully sink in, to fully dive into this Titans team and see what he's got. You still got Derrick Henry. You still got DeAndre Hopkins. There's a lot of things you can do. And if you're going to go to a Titans game for the rest of the season and watch Will Levis, well, then make sure you use GameTime, as GameTime is the only way that I get my tickets. It's fast and easy, and you can get tickets to both sports, music, comedy, and theater events in your area near you. GameTime knows that you shouldn't have to worry about buying tickets to your next big event, and it will give you the peace of mind when buying tickets with their best price guarantee. Now, I, in fact, used GameTime this past weekend, actually. I wanted to go to the Bedlam, Oklahoma State, Oklahoma game. I pulled up a GameTime app literally the day before, got my ticket cheaper than anywhere else, drove up to Stillwater, and got to watch my Pokes beat the Sooners. You can do the same thing and watch the Titans by going to GameTime and downloading the GameTime app. You get a clear and easy way to go through the app. It's obvious to see that this app is clear above the other seating ticketing apps. You can see your seats from a 360 view. It's easily the most user-friendly ticketing app out there. And with zone deals, flash deals, there's always going to be a way to get a good ticket with GameTime. Plus, for Titans Today viewers, we have a special discount code where if you go download the GameTime app and then type in Titans Chat in the redeem code section, you're going to get $20 off your first purchase. Make sure you go take the guesswork out of buying tickets with GameTime. Download the GameTime app. Again, create an account and use code Titans Chat for $20 off your first purchase. $20. Free money right there. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code TITANSCHAT for $20 off. Download GameTime today. Last-minute tickets at the lowest price guarantee. I'm going to be blunt with y'all right now. I think this may have saved Mike Vrabel's job. I was all ready to start talking about why Mike Vrabel didn't need to be the Titans head coach once he named Ryan Tannehill the starter. Because I think I can share the sentiment of a lot of people. I thought that's what was going to happen. I thought that was going to be the nod. But instead, he did the right thing. In fact, even earlier this morning, there was an unofficial depth chart put out there. And guess what? It was Ryan Tannehill as the number one quarterback. Thank goodness that changed. Now we have Will Levis. And hopefully Mike Vrabel can continue to coach the Titans for years on. I like the guy. I want him to stay. And this was a big decision for him. Now, I will say this. Over the past couple of days, there has been some talk around the league, a talk around social media, about Mike Vrabel being linked to the Patriots. Now, there's been reports basically saying that if Bill Belichick were to be fired, well, then Mike Vrabel is the first choice for Robert Kraft. I don't necessarily like that because I think Vrabel, being a former Patriot, would like to take that job. And if he's offered it, I think he would have a hard time saying no. He obviously likes the Titans. He's done great things here in Tennessee. But this reports here, it's just not exactly crazy here. But here's the thing I want to ask you. Vrabel has done a lot of good things in Tennessee, and he named Will Levis the starter. But there's still a lot of things that I'm hearing around the Titans organization, around the Titans fan base, that they don't like Mike Vrabel anymore. So now that he has made this choice, that Will Levis will be the starter, should he still be fired? If you think so, then I want you to type Y for yes. And if you think no, he made the right decision by starting Will Levis, it's time to put away the fire Mike Vrabel talk. He's not on the hot seat. He did the right thing. The season has been tough. Let him go here and move on. Then type in for no. Let me know in the comment section of today's video. In fact, I'm going to give you all a little chance to go put that in there. All right, there's also some more news we're going to get to today. Yes, I got to tell you, the Titans today, it's filled with news today. We got a bunch of stuff to talk about, and this one being one that was really surprising. The Titans have cut a former starter, Naquan Jones. That was after the long weekend after Thursday Night Football. This coming from Tom Pelissero saying this. Titans are waiving defensive tackle Naquan Jones per source. It was a bit of a surprise given Jones had played a lot there. 32 games over 3 seasons, a big body available on waivers. Now his stats with the Titans over those 32 games, well, they are formidable. 53 tackles, you got 3.5 sacks, you have a tackle for loss of 6 there, QB hits of 5. He looked overall really good, and this was honestly a surprising move. The thing that I think is the reason behind this is because Jones has done nothing this year. His stats have been subpar, if that. 8 tackles, and that's it. Nothing else. By the way, all those 8 tackles came on assists. They weren't solo tackles. I think you also have to look at the defensive line and know that there is a lot of depth here, and he honestly just didn't fit in. Danico Autry has played well. Obviously, Jeffrey Simmons has been a force all year. There's not really an area in this defensive line that he would step in and fill a role this season. Plus, if you have to look forward to it, he was going to be a free agent in 2024 anyway. It was more or less, I think, just getting him off the contract. No point to sign him here. No point to keep him. And for his sake, and Rand Carthen, just go out here and let him go see if he can find a job right now instead of having him wait to the free agency. Maybe he can get one now. So it's kind of a safe situation for both. Just let him go, get a little bit out of there, and let him go find a new job. With that being said, the roster now sits at 52 out of 53. So I want you to do me a favor and name a player you want the Titans to sign. Because now that they have that roster spot open, they could bring some up in the practice squad and sign him to the 53-man roster. But let's have some fun here. What about maybe a Jarvis Landry? I know we talked about free agent targets over the past couple days. Who's somebody that you would like for the Titans to sign with that open roster spot? We appreciate you watching as always. I know that this was a crazy day in Titans news, and honestly, there's been a lot going on in the Titans community. So make sure you're subscribed, youtube.com/Titans today. That way you're up to date with everything Tennessee Titans. As we have breaking news, we'll get it right to you. We appreciate you watching as always, and peace out.